Adjectives agree with the nouns they modify in case, number, and gender. With the help of this hand on a stick and 2 orange skeletons, I will explain that cryptic claim.
A noun has a particular gender that does not change. Rakes is always masculine, and wheretos is always feminine, and corpus is always neuter. A noun in a sentence is either singular or plural if there is one or more than one, and a noun in a sentence will have the case appropriate to its grammatical function. It will be nominative, for example, if it is the subject of the sentence, or accusative if it's the object of the preposition propter. The adjective, on the other hand, changes in order to modify a noun. In Chapter 4, we learned the forms of the adjective magnus, and here it is laid out for you again. Now remember the rule.
Adjectives agree with the nouns they modify in case, number, and gender.
Although adjectives do agree with the nouns they modify in case, number, and gender, this does not at all mean that they have the same actual endings as the nouns they modify. Let's look at some examples. Regem is a third declension noun. It is masculine, accusative, and singular. What form of magnus would properly agree with regem? Well,
Adjectives agree with the nouns they modify in case, number, and gender.
so we need the form of magnus which is masculine, accusative, and singular. When we look back at this chart, we can identify the masculine, accusative, and singular form as magnum. So magnum is the correct form. What about this noun, wheretuti? It is feminine, dative, and singular.
Adjectives agree with the nouns they modify in case, number, and gender.
Okay, well, let's consult the Magnus chart and look for the feminine, dative, singular, feminine, dative, and singular, magni. So the proper form is magni. Finally, how about one more example, corporum? Corporum is neuter, genitive, and plural. Now I can't remember how to find the proper form of magnus to modify corporum.
Adjectives agree with the nouns they modify in case, number, and gender.
All right, so we need the case to equal genitive, the number, plural, and the gender, neuter. When we look at the Magnus chart, we see the answer, magnorum. The form reges all by itself can be either masculine nominative plural or masculine accusative plural. But when it is modified by an adjective, it becomes clear which case it is. Reges magni, nominative plural and masculine. Reges magnos, accusative plural and masculine. Here's a list of 6 third declension nouns. Identify the case, number, and gender of each noun, and then provide the adjective or adjectives that properly modify the nouns. Pause the video now, and I'll give you the answers next.
Adjectives agree with the nouns they modify in case, number, and gender.
Looking at charts all the time will take forever. You must memorize your endings through drill and practice so that you can immediately provide the case, number, and gender of any noun or adjective.
And that's what I mean by adjective-noun agreement.